What's up everybody, Peter McKinnon here, and today we're talking about how you can start taking better portraits immediately after you watch this video, and then you can start taking better. Yeah, you get it. Intro. Okay, so today, first things first, you might be wondering why. Why are you sitting on the opposite side of the couch? Why aren't you in the middle? What happened to symmetry? Well, I am joined by my friend Adam. That's Adam. Say hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
And Adam's gonna help us. We go way back. We used to do videos way, like the beginning of Peter McKinnon in videos was me and this guy. So we're gonna show you guys how you can start taking better portraits right away. Okay, just give me a normal smile. Or give me an exaggerated smile. Give me like a straight, kind of emotionless, like realtor, like I'll sell your house, kind of confident smirk, if you will. Okay. Give me like an expressionless kind of glance. Perfect. Give me the corporate, I'm working my way up the ladder. There it is, perfect like that, okay. Give me just like a straight up, boring, forgettable pose that someone would see in this photo and then immediately just scroll past it because they're not interested. Perfect, okay, thank you. Most people, when they think about portraits or they hear, oh, I'm doing portraits today, the misconception is that it's just gonna be a singular photo of someone in a nice dress shirt or a suit, what have you, just sitting there nicely getting their portrait taken. We've seen this in presidential portraits. We've seen this in school portraits. When you're at school, through a public school and high school and you get your photos taken, you just sit on a couple apple boxes or whatever and they snap your photo, you try to put on something nice and comb your hair and you are gone. That's the problem that portraits have. If you're doing corporate portraits, if people are doing real estate photos, they all look the same. You go to any corporate site, you look up an about page, you see like the list of the staff, all the portraits, it just looks like a LinkedIn profile. It looks just like some kind of stock website. Even if you go to a stock website and type in portraits, they're pretty much exactly the same all the time. So when people say like, oh, you need to take my portrait, the people that really stand out, the portraits that really stand out are those creative individuals, those artists that go out on a limb and infuse their style into a portrait to make it more than just someone, just, hi, yeah. Oh, okay, a little to the right, yeah. So what I think portraits are missing is the personality of the subject. Usually that's not anywhere to be seen in the photo, it's just another generic shot. Now granted, you can't always implement what I'm talking about when you are hired or you are just shooting corporate headshots. Some of these people don't want to be portrayed in a way that makes them look less powerful or makes them look vulnerable or brings out their personalities. They just want to be the professional corporate headshot that goes on the about page and doesn't really say much about them. There's a time and place for that. That kind of photography, those headshots, portraits, that's not for me. What I'm more interested in is how can I adapt and how can I use my creative skills to pull out this individual's personality and make it really shine through this photo so that when everybody that knows that person sees that photo, they're like, 100%, that's totally Adam. Nailed it. Versus someone just sitting there and a picture of Adam sitting there very blankly like we went over when he was wearing that dress shirt and he's just, if someone had sent me that picture of Adam and was like, yo, check out, he got his portraits done, I'd be like, what is this? That's not you at all. Like, what? Were they holding you at gunpoint? So how do we pull out someone's personality to use that for the photo? You gotta get to know the subject. So in this instance, Adam loves gaming. He's a gamer. He used to work for a company that created video games and apps. He's on Twitch all the time. So obviously we need to incorporate some sort of aspect of video games into this photo to make it represent Adam the best that we can. So let's get rid of that black dress shirt. He needs to be in like a colorful hoodie, something that he'd be casually wearing at home whilst playing and streaming his video games online. Beyond that, obviously we need to put a headset on him, throw a controller in his hands, throw some Xbox games next to him. And now we need to bring out that personality. Instead of just standing there and smiling, give me some exaggeration. Give me a really exaggerated smile. He just got a game on launch day. It's super pumped. His elbows are up a little awkward. He's playing the game. These are the portraits we want, okay? So look at me like that, hold the pose. Snap, number one, got it. You gotta work with people. You can't just expect people to stand in front of a camera and be completely comfortable. We might be used to it. I'm in front of a camera every day, but for some people who are getting their portraits taken, this, staring you straight in the face, is incredibly intimidating. So we need to work, we need to peel those layers back like an onion to get to that core that is very unique, because there is excellence behind that. There is incredible photos waiting to happen behind, but you gotta work to get there. You can't just expect to pull out the camera, snap, and get something. You gotta work for it. You gotta put your homework in. Is the person that you're shooting, do you know anything about them? What are their hobbies? Have you met them before? What do they like to do? You don't know any of that stuff. Find out. Talk with them before you start shooting. Don't just sit down and begin. Maybe sit down and have a coffee. Get to know them. Don't talk about the project. Don't talk about the shoot. Just talk about them. What do you guys like? So how's your day going? What's up? What do you even do again? What is it? Just get to know them. Those things you can use to make better photos. Now there's a good example of this I did back in 2000 and, oh wow, what is it now? 2008, I started this series called The Plaid Chair. And I featured a bunch of my different friends in the same manner, sitting on this particular chair in my parents' house at the time. So I took a shot of each person, friend, family, whatever, and then I tried to incorporate some sort of prop that represented them in some sort of fashion. And then that continued. I kept shooting those, it got really popular, and then I put it away for a little while. I came back in 2014 and started taking that chair into the world instead of having people come to me. It really let me represent that person's entire life versus just one facet of them. My friend Jay's a firefighter, so I took the chair to the fire hall. We did his portrait in the chair in the fire hall. I've got a friend who's a Canadian Special Forces scout sniper. We took the chair out into the woods. We had him lay his rifle on top, set up aim. That represents him. I've got another friend who's I got a lot of law enforcement friends. I got a friend who's on the emergency response team here, and we put the chair in the SWAT truck and put dynamite on the chair. All of these different examples of that chair in those elements, but that element encapsulates that person perfectly. So then I started using this idea into all my photos. So when I take a photo of someone, it's not just a picture of them standing on my driveway. I try to incorporate a part of their life into that photo. Props are a big help with this. So because he's into gaming, we're using that headset's a prop, that controller's a prop, those games are a prop. Now, some of the things you're gonna need if you're doing portraits are lights. Now, they're different from video lights, as video lights are a constant source of light. Photo lights are a strobe. It's a blast of light that happens really fast, but you need some different accessories to make that happen. It can get expensive. I'll link some options below for you guys, but when you start shooting with strobes, when you're really gonna start seeing a more professional result. I learned this a long time ago, back when I first started photography and learning how to use strobes and flashes, is that bright pixels are sharp pixels. You could still shoot outside during the day and get a perfectly sharp picture. But what that flash does is it emits a perfectly even amount of light across your subject's face, which is going to make it the sharpest possible. So when you've got your settings dialed in and you're using a strobe, be it that you're indoors or outdoors, you will get the sharpest result possible. So these are a couple of the things that I use when I'm doing portraits. I'm gonna try and bring this over here. Don't hit anything. Okay, let's bring this down for a second. Let's get this out of my face. Here we go. I realize I'm probably blocking all of my lights. This should probably be on the other side. Okay, this is still on from yesterday. Man, the battery life on these is so impressive. If you're gonna shoot strobes wirelessly, there's lots of different options to do that. You can buy all kinds of accessories and different things that plug into the light and into your camera that lets you trip the strobe wirelessly. Now, you can just use a super long cable tethered to your camera, but let's be honest, it's 2017. Who wants a cable tethered to their camera? Not this guy. So this is what I use. They're called Pocket Wizards. These are the Pocket Wizard Plus 2s. I'll link them in the description. But one of these plugs into the light here, boop, like that. Another one goes on my camera. When I fire on my camera with this sends a signal to this guy, which tells this strobe to fire. And that sounds almost exactly like what it sounds like. I'm pretty good at sound effects, I've realized. Boom, these are the guys I use right now. Are they the best lights? Absolutely not, no. There's far better options than Alienbees, far better. But I mean, like, you can pay like $200 to $400 for one of these lights instead of paying like $2,500 for a strobe. So for the amount that I use them, I'm just gonna pay the $200 to $400. But they come in different watts. So depending if it's gonna be a background light or if it's gonna be your main light for your main strobe, or your key light or your strip lights, whatever. There's so many different lights. But for these, I mean, they work great. This is an 800 watt, this is a 400 watt. So sometimes I've set this up behind somebody to kind of just graze the back of their head and give me a nice little kind of rim light on the hair, like a hair light. Looks really good. Sometimes I catch the flare coming through the shoulder, kind of like this shot of my friend Bobby would be a good example of lighting it with this in the front, that in the back. So you can see where that light source comes from, but it just makes it a little more like, whew, Michael Bay-esque or whatever, I don't know. My style is very like exaggerated and 3D surreal, so I love that, works for me. Okay, some of you might be wondering what this is. This is the Octabox, it's the soft box. So the light fires through this part, which comes off. So if we take this off, actually, woohoo, it's always fun to do. That's where the light is. The light is way back here, so it has a little bit of distance. We put this up for diffusion, so by the time the light hits the face of the subject, it's been diffused. Think of it like a shower curtain kind of thing. It's way less harsh, and it's much softer coming through a background like this than it would be if we were to just fire it straight from here. Packs down pretty flat for travel. All you have to do is unscrew this and then it pops up like a mouse trap and scares me every time. Now, what's good about having strobes with you is they're pretty small. The particular ones that I use pack into a really, really small bag. It's just a light stand and then that modifier collapses down into like a little 3-piece kit. On top of that, I have a small spare little battery that I can actually plug my strobe into if I'm out in the middle of a field or in a parking lot or in a shopping mall or somewhere where my light isn't gonna connect and I don't have an extension cord. So I have essentially a small, efficient little lighting kit that I can bring anywhere outside, no limits. I probably couldn't hike to the top of a mountain with it. It's just not worth it, but maybe it is, who knows? Now, if you don't have a strobe, that doesn't matter. You can still take great portraits. You guys know me, I am a huge fan of natural light. Half the time I do end up just saying, forget it, I'll shoot it outside, it's fine. But if I really wanna put some work into it and I really wanna make these pictures special, I'll use a strobe. Sometimes it can be a pain in the ass using gear and you think to yourself like, oh, I don't wanna do it. I just like, the hell with it, I'm just going outside. It's gonna have to do. But when you push through that block, when you get through that mentality, and some days it's so hard to get through that, but when you do get through, man, the result is so much better and you're so much happier at the end of the day. Once you're done the shots, you've edited them, you've delivered them, whatever, everyone's gonna give you more accolades. They're gonna be like, wow, that's so good. It's because you pushed through. And sometimes it's not gonna happen. Sometimes you're just gonna succumb to the, forget it. But do your best to get over that hump because the payoff is well worth the work you put into it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of this video. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Portraits, I hold very dear to my heart. It's probably my favorite aspect of taking photos as a whole is doing portraits and being able to capture someone's personality in a photo. So try it out, give these tips a go, grab some props, grab some friends, do whatever you have to. Just keep practicing. That's how you're gonna get better. You just keep going at it. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you, all of you, hopefully, in the next video. Just a little bit less.
So, what's up? We're Peter McKinnon. I'm Peter. We're Peter McKinnon. Yeah. I'm Peter McKinnon. Today, we're talking about portraits. What's up? I'm Peter McKinnon. And today, we are talking about...
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Now you gotta get the in there, right? The what's up, everybody? It's the PFFWAAT.
What's up? I'm Peter McKinnon, and today we're, one second. Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon, and I'm here today to talk about...
Peter McKinnon here, today.
Peter McKinnon, and today. What's up? Peter McKinnon here. Oh, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here, and today we're going to talk about portraits. Yeah, just get it. What's up? What's up? Peter McKinnon here today. What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here today. What's up? Peter McKinnon.
It's not as easy as it looks.
No, man, that button up there, well deserved. What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here today to talk to you about portraits. What did I do wrong?
I don't think there's more than we can do. How come you think that